remnants of the Egypt, is as just shadow of its past glory. And under Ptolemy II, it's the time to restore its own glorious time and to bring honor and fame for the Egypt and its pharaohs. The first are Assyrian enemies, which we will easily vanquish on the battlefield. Our lines and cavalry. The garrison are supported with the guarded mobs of the people who are willingly stand its ground to fight for its homes. But the cavalry of the Egyptian forces will have easy time and easy job to mob those forces away from the battlefield. The melee is for the defenders ferocious. Their low numbers against huge swath of cavalry of the Egyptian pharaoh making its toll on their lines, and they are starting to breaking and shattering. The salesmen try to support and help out the defenders, but their numbers are little and too small to face the Egyptian wrath. The cavalry is in the middle city, and they are killing the last defenders of the Syrians. Good. Marathonian is ours. Defenders are vanquished, and we could start rebuilding our empire step by step. But first, we will give our commanders new ability. So, one thing, we are in Egypt. There is huge lands. There is quite a distance between the regions. So, to cover that, it will be the best to focus on combined movement. Then the politics and characters, I think that we are quite safe here, so I will not be doing anything with that at all. I think the Egyptians covered quite healthy, so we will leave it like that. And we will be focused on Egyptus, on our mainland. This is our first focus. And definitely the campaign against Iranians, which holding the regions of our own, which we should own them. So one step by the step, Marathonian is ours. In Ammonium should be our second target. We have this Egyptian infantry. They are weak, not that well suited for it, for example, European battlefield, but here they will be handling. Cheap units which we could throw in the battle. And since we are fighting mostly with the tri people here, it should be okay. With the public order we will need to done something in the future, but right now there is a little chance to do. Our flotillas finally reached the Alexandria, and on the technology focus. There's plenty of things which we would need, but what to choose? We need to choose something which will be the best beneficial, and I believe this one. It will grant us taxes, it will grant us a public order, and it will be extremely helpful of carving out our new empire. So this is really small garrison, so we will just send our men there to just swarm it and take it. So city falling one by one, and Syrians, I think, starting to losing pretty heavily. And finally we have that campaign movement, and as for the tradition for army, we will go the range things, let's say, because we will have stingers, archers, javelin men, all those units which we wanted to be supported.
As you command.
Our spy and our fleet is starting to gathering and starting to be ready against the Syrian remnants which are holding in Syrian itself. Okay. So let's see what they have there. So there is Neferu Kashta. It's really hard to pronounce that word, that her name. Neferu Kashta is the remnants of the forces, and they are small compared to ours. So I'm not that afraid, and I'm looking forward to wage a battle against those who are trying to counter our rules in those lands. Everything is building, everything is ready. But we definitely would need that, the Egyptian commander said that we would need to have good fleet. So the trade in the Mediterranean could be established by us, not the others. So there will be few ships which we will use again for ramming, with soldiers upon it if it would be breached or something like that. So they will be able to fight and even support in the landing on conquering the cities. And the javelin men, they will be there for support. They are quick. They could like throw the javelins, which that is curious when it's said it's javelin ship. Okay, what we have here?
I agree
Saba.
to us befits
Could
your
they do those
reputation.
trading with us? No.
Our merchants do not want trade with you.
As
And
I have
my master
said, we
takes
do
note.
not have that respect already established. And some of the regions, missions, buildings, and fleets. Our fleet is small. Okay, Neferu Kashta, leave her city with his forces, and she seems she won the battle. That's nice. Ptolemy II is more than willing. So he will take his forces and leave the city and give Neferu Kashta the opportunity
At your service.
to wage a battle here and now. We will see how it will go. Dear one, will you fight? So I have been mentioning that before, the Egyptians want to have a solid trade, but also solid ships. So I'm not really sure. I would wanted to have here a trade harbor. So and then provide also with some ships, as I am seeing it, or I assume. So we will build that. It will be helpful. And right now we could focus on this one, which will grant us the public order, and as I mentioned, the taxes. But right now it's time to see if she will take the bait. Yes. And the battle with the Syrian forces is here. Right now we are seeing the left flank of the Egyptian forces. It's made up by all of our cavalry and the light units, the javelin men, which are 3 units. They are behind those. The middle and the right is combined, and it's our infantry. Phalanxes on the right with a general as a place of honor, and the Egyptian light infantry, swords and slingers in front. Syrian forces are huge and large. Their center and left is also as one, but their right there are elephants. Those tanks of the ancient warfare are beasts which we cannot allow to hit our light infantry. With the cavalry support we are able to lure out their slingers, and our light javelin troops have enough space to charge the elephants. That was why we have placed those units on that side. We are able to shower the elephants by the javelins, and they are quickly starting to falling. The riders lose the control on the beast, and rather than risk that the elephants will smack into a huge blob of Syrian forces, rather killing them. Our cavalry also are doing well. They are luring out some companies of the Syrian forces and killing some slingers. But their main body is advancing. And they are starting to be close to reach our lines, and to feel some melee. Good start. The first line who will collide will be our slingers and their light troops with the swords. Spears and rocks throw the first death, and the first some combats have started. All of the units starting to lock in the combat, and the first casualties. And first infantry blood has been spoiled on the ground. My troops are ordered to get back, and our lines of phalanx and our own sword infantry could be placed there. Even our cavalry have been able to lure out some units of the Syrian forces. Their numbers is still great, and our lines are too thick. The risk of break is great. Our units are not veterans, it's light infantry, and they have as hard time as the enemy forces to stay in the battle. On the left side of the infantry forces is the place where we have the most luck, and it's more equal, the battle. But the center is under great threat. Syrian forces are in mass. So our cavalry try with the rear charge to help out with the overwhelming odds in the center and help out with the pressure. On the left side of combat, our company is starting to get some gains, and Syrian forces started to break and retreating from the battlefield. But even though that we are victorious, the another threat is ongoing. The units of Syrian forces which have been lured by our cavalry are starting to get closer and closer to the lines of battle. What does change outcome? Still for now, the left flank is clear. But as on the left we are getting some gains, the right starting to get under pressure of the enemy slingers. Those units have been left there alone, and they are on the open ground. Easy prey for enemy slingers and relentless fire. Guys, you will need to stand your ground. Hold firm. The cavalry are right now busy on the left. We need to hold this line.
Ready for orders. Quickly now.
Finally, drums and cry of cavalry is here, and they are starting to release this flank from the enemy fire, and those slingers will be killed. The battlefield itself starting to be softened. The lines and casualties are great on both sides. Left alone troops of the Syrian forces are here with the phalanx and those they try heroically to win out the battle, but it's too late. Their lines are completely surrounded from the front, right and left, and then incoming cavalry would definitely break their spirit when they realize the fight is lost and start retreating and start to save their lives. But the bloodbath have not yet ended. Syrian forces will not let to escape. We will try to annihilate the army. So, the whole army are shattered. Our losses are also great, but we could replenish it fairly easily. Okay, so
I hope that
oh,
this offer of coins
we have
will be
those.
taken in the
No,
right spirit
we are
of
Egyptian,
comradeship
folks.
and
We
respect.
will not discuss this with you. You will be satrapy. If you want it, you could be satrapy and you will pay us a lot. We are Egyptian. We will not speak with you. They want a peace. How dare they? If a peace, it will cost you a lot. They refuse anyway. Okay. Okay, I think that they forgot some point of some arguments on the table, because that's a completely new situation. They forgot to mention that. They are tricky. Okay. But our forces are shattered, and he doesn't even have a garrison proper here. So let's see what we have. It's not that bad, actually. We would be able to reach ammonium still. Oh gosh, okay, so these slingers, we will start to get our forces much together, so we will see how many other units we could raise for our ranks. Okay, I think that we have good army anyway. Still. But I need to finish off the Syrians and the war with those.
Be welcome, I suppose.
Okay, we will try it because
now speak as you will, and try to
honestly,
be
they
interested.
put up some really good arguments which I oversee. But still, I wanted them to pay something. Something. Give us something. We are Egyptians. You should give us at least something. Give us that. Good boy.
We
So,
can ask
the road to Syrian main city is opened. And for this series, bye!